Okay. Hey guys, sorry for the extremely long starting screen. I was like trying to get my life together. But anyway, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here ever, welcome for the first time. Anyway, I'm very happy to be with you guys on a Tuesday. I'm not usually here on Tuesdays, but I want to check in. I already see a few of you in chat, so let me say my hellos. Creo, Callie, and Tony were super early. So hey guys, thank you for joining. Hey Kayla, Valentina, the Naturalist, Choi, Daryl, Azumi, Brit, Valentina, Taranki, Didi, CF Mac, Shawnee Love, Elrilia, Nadine, Azumi, did I already say Azumi? Moneyman, Ninji. Welcome, guys. And per usual, let me know if I sound fine, if you're hearing me okay. Let me know if my music's too loud. Like, you tell me, because we're hanging out for a little bit. Hey Yen, hey Danielle. The gang is in this thing. We are here, y'all. Go check out the March luxury giveaway. We have 11 days left. You get all this fun stuff, and it's free to enter. So be sure to go enter if you haven't already. But let's get to this. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, I froze up for a second. I have a bad habit of letting my Ethernet cord slip out. Oops. Actually, let me close all these chats really quick. Let me just do it this way. Where the link? The link is in the description below. So milavanderbilt.com. If you go there, you'll find it. All right. Did I get everybody? Hey, Ashley. All right, so let's talk about this person that we all hate in Second Life. So I'm going to be doing a couple of things. I'm going to just like talk about it a little bit because y'all know I'm struggling with multitasking lately, but I want to get some like inventory, clean up my inventory a little bit. Oh, there is some side boob action going on. We're going to fix that. But I wanted to talk about, it's not like a particular person we hate in Second Life, but there is a certain personality type that I think we all hate. And I've been seeing it come up a lot lately with creators, just customers getting really demanding or really harsh or negative or critical. So it's making them not even want to create in Second Life anymore. I was even talking to a friend earlier who owns a store, and like, you know, I'm always like team make some women stuff because he makes men stuff and it's so good. And I was like, I want my lady stuff. But even he was like, I don't know, because there's this particular type of person in SL. And I mean, granted, I've seen it with men too, but just very critical and very rude. I'm not a creator, but I have different businesses in Second Life, so I come across this often. And literally, I think I was talking a little bit on Sunday, like, it makes you almost want to leave SL just for this like very particular type of person. No worries, Ashley. Welcome to Second Life. If you're saying you're new to Second Life. If you're new, this is for you. So I want to talk a little bit about like those personalities that we've all come across, or like people that have made your Second Life unpleasant. And like I come across them so often, so just like a few tips on just like how you keep away from it and how you keep your peace and your happy place in SL, because I'm all about keeping my peace in SL. But past couple of days it's been coming up, so even at like Faith and Flower. Hey, Cup of Bleach. So at the restaurant, you guys know I own this restaurant, Faith and Flower, where it is free to use. It is literally just a destination. So you can go in there, do whatever you want, or you have the option of like hiring a waitress if you want to. It's not required. But even yesterday or the other day, somebody was in my Faith and Flower group, like talking about how bad the customer service was. And I was like, you realize it's a self-service place, but they were like ranting on. They were so mad that someone wasn't there for them at that exact moment to answer their questions about this being a free establishment, although like all the information's there. So you get those people who like rage out on you because you're not readily available. Child, we don't have the time for it, I'm telling you. But I want to know what your experiences have been with that. Like, do you get that often? I think people often forget, like, people have lives outside of Second Life, but also multiple lives within Second Life. I'm gonna do like a little haul for y'all while we talk. Yeah, RL2. So what did we say earlier? We were like, that is like seriously the Karen situation. We have a whole lot of Karens in Second Life. but that want you, if they have a question, they want an answer immediately if you don't give them an answer immediately. Like, granted, I know things are frustrating. Like, I think I've been on live where I've bought something from a store and it's never come, and then you still have to like approach that creator with respect. Like, mistakes happen. One, we're in a virtual world, so things are going to get bumpy sometimes, and like a lot of people are just moving faster, doing a lot. But oh my god, Natural Miss, like, how long have you been gone? I know what you mean. Yes, Didi. But I'm not here for it. And like, it's funny because it happens in the club even. So like, recently I had to send something out to the club because while we're all in this like same space, like we all want to like be pleasant and work together. What I was noticing is people were, so we have managers. I don't do any operations at the club, right? I don't run the club. My involvement with the monarchy is really just like, I own it. I put like a lot of things in place. I build like our creative, and I deal with any client issues. But if it's staff related, we have 4 managers that deal with everything related to staff. But nonstop, it happens all the time. Literally, the situation I'm gonna talk about later was at the club. But people, like, I even noticed, like, if the girls couldn't get a manager within like 30 seconds, they rage out. And I'm like, that's not gonna work here. Like, no one's available like at your beck and call all the time, no matter what you do. Like, everyone says you have to be professional in a business, but this is still a Second Life business, and people have a whole real lives that they're also trying to manage. Like, you can't expect everything instantly. And yeah, Creo, redelivery is a thing. Yeah, but like, see, Cup of Bleach, that's what I want. I don't want to experience that in Second Life. I don't want to like be that person that avoids talking to people because there's so many people that rage out. Like, they're what I've appreciated about kind of the community that we've developed and the people that are even in my Discord server, there's a lot more positivity. And everyone that's like older and I saw that joins, they're like, I haven't seen this in a while, because people are like really cutthroat, and it's for no reason. But let's see. We went shopping at Level, so I want to like organize some of this while we talk. I have this lipstick on right now from Mila. But I want to know your experiences. So yeah, literally last week at the restaurant, goes into my group to say the whole place has terrible customer service because he was talking to a bot and not getting a response. Granted, the bot is just a greeter. And that happened like twice this week. So someone else, the bot, stands there and greets people and has like FAQs if you can't figure out the restaurant. Meanwhile, there are signs all over the place. And it's just a free place to go. Like, I just build places that people can go enjoy. I'm not saying I'm going to be there at your beck and call. Like, I'm not working for you. You're not paying anything. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the attitude. So I wasn't here for it. I think that was the day I snapped back. Because y'all know I'm quick with a snapback. And I banned them. That's the next thing that's happening. So I've gotten to the point where I'm just banning people that act like that. Like, I can't even say I don't want your money because the place is free. Like, they didn't pay for anything. But they're saying like, customer service is terrible. Like, what customer service? This is just a free destination for you to go to. But yeah. But what happens, so I'm gonna give you all the tea on what happened with someone. So someone recently left my club today because I wasn't there to chat with them often. So really quick, let me pull up some of my staff groups. Let's look at let's look at this one. So this is the Monarchy group. We have 209 employees here. Let's look at the Vanderbilt real quick. Vanderbilt has 26. So we have over 200 employees just right here, right? So I set the expectation. Like, I tell them often, like, I'm not the one you contact. One, I've hired 4 managers who are literally, they cover the full day. So we all talk in Discord. They cover shifts. Yeah, the club is popping. Go there, Daryl. Luckily, everyone that's like there at the club now, I love. I think these type of people, the Karens, tend to get weeded out of the club. Like, we don't tend to keep them very long, or they end up quitting because, you know, I'm not trying to deal with it. But I speak very often, like, I'm that person in Second Life who asks for note cards, because you guys know when I'm live on stream, I don't want anyone's IMs coming up, first of all, because you never know when I'm live. Second of all, I'm toggling between Black Dragon and Firestorm, so you can't just carry over chat logs. So if I get a full chat on Black Dragon right now and I go to Firestorm, I'm not going to see that chat. So I'm like, send me note cards if you need to contact me. Don't send me like hellos or anything because I'm not going to know how to respond to you when I get back. But send me note cards. I'm also often AFK because I don't know if anyone's noticed. I have a full-time like career in real life, a very good one. Also, I just got a new job offer. I think I was talking to you guys when I was going through an interview process. So I've just come off of a 2-month interview process for like this amazing job that I've wanted. That's going to be even more demanding than my current job, but it's a demanding job. I work from like usually like 7 a.m. I usually come home at like 7 or 8 p.m. Wednesdays, or my early day home is when I'm home at 6:30. Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends. I also travel all the time. Like in the past 2 months, I've gone to both Colombia and Jamaica and Seattle. So I'm like, I'm busy. So if you need me, just send me a note card. I'm not that person who like turns on IM notifications to my email. I don't think my email needs to be clouded with all these IMs. I don't want to get notifications all day because I also use my email for my YouTube channel. So I'm like, we don't need to cloud it up. So I always say just contact me with a note card. That means I can see your message. I'm not going to lose it when I'm hopping between browsers, and I'll be able to respond to you efficiently. Like as soon as I log in, I go through note cards, see what I've received, respond to all of them to make sure I didn't miss anything. So homegirl who quit the club was mad that I didn't continue chatting with her live on Sunday after my 7-hour stream at 1 o'clock in the morning when I had to work the next day at 6 a.m. She was mad I wasn't sitting there chatting with her because I think I fell asleep. Like I think she asked the question, I answered it, we resolved the issue. I was like, okay, great, went to sleep. Didn't think anything of it. The next day I go in the club, I'm like, hey to everyone. I walk in, I go park myself in the corner because I have more work to do. I just gotten home. It was like 6:30. So I just walked in the door, logged into Second Life, went to the club, stood in the corner, said hey to everyone. But she was mad that I didn't say hey in her name because I'm not that person that's going to be like, hey, person 1, hey, person 2, hey, person 3, how are you? How are you? How are you? I'm just going to say, hey, everybody, how's it going? So these like the entitlement on like your time, like people require you to be available on their time, and I'm like, no. So her argument was she works with a smaller group of people. She believes in an open door policy. She would never tell someone to write her a note card. And I was like, I'm so happy that you have that experience in Second Life. I do not have that experience. If I walk in at 6:30 p.m. and I had Black Dragon open all day and I just close it when I get home and open Firestorm, I literally have not seen your message. So I don't get it. Anyway, that's my rant. But I think that's kind of cognizant of, and it kind of indicates that overall like Karen mood in Second Life. Girl, Sunkiss, I was shocked. So also she didn't tell me she had a problem, right? Because I was like already back and forth. So literally, what do you do when you get home? Turn on a Second Life. I'm also getting dinner ready. I'm also like on the phone with a friend I hadn't seen in a while. So like I haven't seen one of my Second Life sisters in forever. So my friend who hadn't been in Second Life, we were like on voice. They all drop into the club. Like a lot's going on at once. She was very mad but she kept saying hi. And like I saw it in local. I was like, why does she keep saying hi? I just said hi. So she didn't tell me. She tells Raina, who I hope gets online soon, because Raina has her own like take on different things just because she coordinates with a lot of people often. But I think people just need to respect the fact that all of our circumstances aren't the same and all of our time in Second Life isn't the same. And we just can't expect immediate responses ever. And like if someone's telling you the best way to communicate, contact them or communicate with them because that's the only way they're going to see your messages. Like what's the problem with that? Yeah. It's crazy. But the crazy thing, I have four whole managers, and we have a process. So like we say we have a support bot. So there's a bot that IMs all of the managers. Anytime someone has a question, we also get it offline. So usually we respond as soon as we see a question. She chose not to contact the bot. She chose not to contact the 4 managers that are there. And this comes after, I wish I could play the like staff video I sent. This comes after I sent a staff video saying like, send me a note card. It might take me a while to respond because I do so much in Second Life that it takes me a little bit of time. But no, honey, I was shocked. I was shocked that she was upset because I said to send a note card. Like I do that first when I'm contacting creators. I first go to their profile, I go to their pics, I see how they want to be contacted. And honestly, I contact if I'm contacting a creator because something's broken, I've kind of done my due diligence. Like I'm making sure it's actually not a user error. I'm making sure I try a redelivery. If all else fails, that's when I'm contacting a creator. But even creators get that. So like if something goes wrong, they rage them. So you guys remember I was live and Legacy stopped working? Like that was a big, I think, error on Legacy's fault. Like part where they discontinued a body and then the next body wasn't working. But I'm not going to go hit up their customer service. Like I'm going to sit in their group chat, I'm going to expect that they're fixing it. Like who knows. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, girl. Exactly. Valentina, yeah. So that's the other thing. So again, someone was in the restaurant trying to talk to the bot and the bot wasn't responding, so they made it like saying that, you know, the establishment was like homophobic and they weren't being responded to because of their lifestyle choices. I'm like, she's literally a bot. She doesn't have the capability to respond to you. And like, she's just greeting people. Oh, yeah, Dee Dee. So let's talk about that too, because I've come across a lot of situations where like you meet someone and they already have this idea of what your friendship is supposed to look like. And I've felt that way. That's why I think I've kept a very small group of friends in Second Life, because people do act like they have like ownership over you or like your time, or they just expect that you have the same experience as them. Like I can't imagine, like we just all don't have the same amount of time. Like there are weeks in Second Life where I do have a lot of time here, but also the way I allocate my time in Second Life is completely my choice. Like I'm gonna do what I enjoy best about Second Life. And if I'm running a business and I'm saying this part of my business isn't the most enjoyable, it's not enjoyable for me to sit here and try to talk to 200 people all the time. I don't want to do it. I don't care to do it. That's not what I like about this. I've had this club for 6 years. I no longer want to touch that. I've hired 4 reliable, responsive people to take care of it. But people think like, oh, well, if I had a business, I would do it this way and I would talk to all of my, okay, that's great for you. That's great that you enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy my Second Life exactly the way I want to enjoy it. Girl, cup of bleach. I'm telling you, yeah. I had to, so there were also other guests in the restaurant when these people were saying this all on voice. Like I had to go apologize to all those people because it was such a bad experience for them. And like I refunded everyone because there were a few people who paid like VIP tables. So I was like, you know, this is not the experience you came for. You know, I want all my places to be like a nice getaway. I don't want you to have to deal with this kind of nonsense in one of my spaces. So I had to go take care of that. Thank you, Mousy. Welcome, Logan. Thanks so much for the sub. But yeah, the entitlement's real. People feel very entitled to your time. People feel very entitled to like telling you how you should, I don't know, do things. But even with you guys, like, you know, I don't add everyone to my list all at once. Like I do it in waves because I can't handle it. I can't handle getting a lot of IMs nonstop. Like I think it's distracting. I think it would make my experience in Second Life not as fun. So you'll notice like a lot of times when you guys are sending friend requests, I usually redirect you to Discord because I'm like, I'm active in Discord. That's where everyone is. Let's hang out there instead of my in-world list. But sometimes when I'm doing events, I'll add people all at once. But like I set the expectation, like I'm probably never going to respond to you in worlds. Thank you, Logan. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I really love the environment that we have. It's very like, it's exactly what we want. And I think, you know, when you find the right people and put them in the right place, that's great. I also don't hold it against people who it's not the environment for. So for this girl, I can't support her the way she wants. She wants, you know, an owner that can talk to her every day or, you know, see her IMs or doesn't hop around viewers, who doesn't live stream apparently. Like I'm not that person for her. So I really hope she does find a club where she can have an owner that'll give her that relationship, because I absolutely am never going to. And like I think she wanted an apology from me, so like my response was like, I'm absolutely not going to apologize for the amount of time I've allocated to Second Life and how I'm allocating my time once I'm in Second Life. Like I'm not going to give more of myself. At the end of the day, I don't have more hours. I get home 6:30, 7 o'clock every night, and I have to wake up for the next morning at 6 a.m. So that means I only have a few hours in the evening to even be here. So I'm just going to respond to things like that people who have respected like how I need to receive information. So I'm looking at my note cards first. My body is Legacy, and I'm obsessed. Y'all know I love my Legacy. I'm gonna do a little bit of haul because I bought some new outfits. I keep saying I'm gonna do a haul, but like I can't. Obviously, I'm having trouble speaking and like actually doing something. Wait, which one do I have on? Oof. Yeah. But even today I was on Facebook. Maybe I could find the post actually. But a creator mentioned how it's becoming so toxic for them. And like for me, I feel for creators because I think in Second Life it's a unique what is his name? It's a unique experience because in real life you wouldn't be talking to the designer. The designer wouldn't be the one to do all their customer service and to have such a social media presence where you can actually reach out and speak to them. But a lot of these people in Second Life, like that's the reality. That's how they have to do it. Oh yeah, let me see if I can just open this post all by itself. Because I want to actually show you the post I'm talking about. How do I do this? How do I just show separately? Not gonna happen. I'm gonna Gaiazo it. But yeah, I think like just thinking how much is on their plate. Oh yeah, Logan, I like Legacy, and it can get pretty curvy. But where's my Chrome? So here was his post. He was like, it's overwhelming being a designer in SL. You try to make things fun. I remember a time when you had to search for items because things were barely made. Now all people do is complain about what's being made, complain about the body it's made for, complain about the texture, complain about the rigging. It's so hard to make anything on SL. It's a straight mood killer as a designer. Like, we are getting to the point where if you can think of it, you can probably find it in SL. Like, it's so easy to find exactly what you want in SL at any given moment. But when things aren't made, especially like specifically for someone, like I see people rage out because certain bodies aren't supported. Like, granted, if I see something I love and it's not for Legacy, I'm like, oh, that sucks, just move on to the next designer. But a lot of people reach out to them. Like, a lot of Karens will reach in their box and rage out because they don't have the very specific body or because they don't like the pricing strategy. So like, we gotta get Karens to calm down because they're messing it up for all of us. And I've actually seen creators who have left and stopped designing for Second Life, and it always sucks. Logan, I have applications at all of my places, so you can like check out what the requirements are, and then I have a hiring team, so they're the ones that would be seeing it. Exactly, Creo. Like, can you imagine? Like, people really get hell bent on like price tags, and for me, I'm like, you pay for whatever is like makes sense to you. If you see a designer that's charging more than what you would pay for it, like that's how they've put value on all of their time and work that went into it. If you don't want to pay it, just don't shop with them. Right. I think we have to appreciate, like, unless you are going to do what this creator is doing, you can't complain. Hey Kalia, especially when they offer demos. Like, I can see if things like were broken and you tried a demo and it wasn't working, you still have to come with a certain level of respect, I think. A lot of times, like when things are truly broken, like I think there was a live where there was a vendor broken and I was live with Reina and she like very respectfully hit up the owner just to let them know it was broken, not to like rage out, just like give them a heads up because things in Second Life break because we're in a virtual world. This is not real life. And half the times it's not the creator's error. Most of the time it's user error, but we ain't gonna go there. Look at this cute little handbag I got. It's coming. Like, how cute is this? But yeah. But it's all around. Like, it's with creators. It's also in personal lives. So Creo was mentioning earlier. Creo, who is very new to Second Life, has already experienced this. And I think it happens to all of us. Like, you come across people also, like when it comes to just friendship, who get very attached very quickly. If you're not at your computer, so I'm that person who leaves my computer on all the time. Like, I won't log her out. It's my choice. I'm trying not to swear. I don't care. I leave it on. But people will get very mad that you're not responding. Like, I've come back to the infamous hello, hi, hey, what's up? You're not responding. What's up? Oh, F you too then. Fine if you don't want to be friends. Like, I've come back to that so many times. But yeah, Logan, I see the same. Like the makeup for head situation, like people get in a rage. So that's like every time a new head comes out, like creators naturally gravitate towards it. Like right now, I think a lot of people are on the Luluka train. But like there's so much already out there for Genus and Catwa. What do you mean? Why are we upset about that? Creo, same. Yeah, and Creo, and you're patient. So Creo, when you hit me up, you aren't expecting me to respond immediately. Like I will eventually respond, or I might not. Like you hit me up on Discord though, so that's my preference. Period. But in World, like eventually I'll respond to you unless I close my viewer or switch to another one. Hey Tevin. No, I'm not a creator. I own different sims. So I own different residential sims. I own a club called the Monarchy, and I own this place called the Vanderbilt that has a few different types of restaurants and just chill places. But yeah. So I think my biggest thing, what I'm hoping for with this like new wave of people joining SL, because like I'm seeing new people in our Discord every single day that are completely new to SL, which is I think very exciting. Um, I'm hoping they don't bring that kind of energy. I hope like they're also understanding this is a virtual platform. People aren't sitting at their computers to be at someone's beck and call 24/7. Like people get to be treated the way they want to be treated. Like people always say like treat others how you want to be treated. We don't believe in that over here. Treat people how they want to be treated. And like if you can't, then don't communicate with them. Yes, join Discord. But I mean, so for me, so like in all of that, so you also have people, you have like Facebook, I think is very toxic. Because it kind of supports that cancel culture. Like, what did I see earlier? Oh, we get this too. So someone on Facebook made this post about they left a group that they paid to get into. They left it because they wanted to join another group. So they hit the group owner up when they wanted to come back, and they were like, "Hey, I want a discount to rejoin because I left it." And the owner was like, "No." And this person raged out. They went to Facebook. They were like, "Nobody shop at this brand anymore because they wouldn't let me back in the group for free. That I chose to leave." And they were like, "I know it's not their fault, but still." We get that all the time. So our club group is 300 London. Like, it's not breaking the bank. It keeps our peaceful environment. I think it keeps the right type of people there. It's not expensive. It's like one of the cheapest like group joins I've seen for that type of situation. But people do that all the time. They'll leave the group and want to come back for free. And I don't know if anyone else knows, like we don't sit there keeping track of who comes and goes. There's no way to verify like if you did join because we don't keep records that far back. And like also, why would we? You chose to leave. You should have chosen to leave a free group, if anything. Oh, couple bleach, god, I can only imagine. Anyway, that handbag's cute. Let's see. The top that I'm wearing now are all these Ruli tops. I actually never heard of Ruli before I went to Level. So Level's really good this round, so go check it out if you haven't. So I haven't had the man drama in Second Life. Like I feel like so my words of advice of keeping your peace, keep your circle small. Um Also when you see certain behavior, I think avoid it. So there was another person who I we weren't close with. I think it sometimes in Second Life I have my marathon days. Like I had a marathon day with someone today. Like we hung out all day long because I stayed home from work because I wasn't feeling well. But this person, I met them, not this person, but a previous person, I met them, we hung out after we did our work, and we were together for a very long time. So I think it's very easy for a friendship to develop very quickly. um but I don't think they quite understood my Second Life. So like, the next day I wasn't as responsive or I wasn't chatting with them as often because I'm like, that's just not how I live my Second Life. I don't spend it chatting with people all the time. I'm usually like literally working or AFK. Blackstone, we can't wait to hear that story time. But so yeah, I wasn't responding the way they wanted to respond. They thought I was like being shady. I was like, no, I just that's not the friendship we're about to have. Um but also this person started randomly trash talking like another YouTuber. Or yeah. And I didn't know anything about this person, and she was just saying like it's coming from, this is just girl talk, or she was like, this is my experience, but the other person was also like jumping in on it pretty heavily. I'm like, you guys are raging on this girl that I've never spoken about. And like for me, anytime someone comes into a situation that's pretty new, trash talking someone else, 100% assume they're going to do the same to you. Like it's a fact. They're absolutely going to talk trash about you to someone else because that's their nature. It comes natural. I don't think I've ever sat around with my girls and trash talked anyone. Um, so avoid those people. Oh, Cho, people rage out. I don't even know how to say it, but take Tomi. I think I know what you mean. I didn't even know where that store went. But yeah, those are the risks. So if you're paying for a group and like, I mean, I think everyone has to just understand the risk and you're choosing to take it. Like, that's like people who rent land and like one day like maybe the land goes away. I think that's the risk you chose to take. Like I always tell people not to buy like more than 1 week for tier ever. Like I've been at the same place for several years in Second Life and I still only buy 1 week at a time. I'm never putting a month or 2 or 3 because you don't know this other person, you don't know their circumstance, you don't know how they're managing their finances. All that shit could disappear very quickly. But the same with stores. You may pay to join a group and that store may close. Like these are the risks you take. So just like take responsibility. Like know your part in it. I think we all have responsibility for every frustrating situation. So yeah, I think people just don't want to take that responsibility and that's what the issue is maybe. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. What are we categorizing this? I feel like this is cleavage. It's side boob. Really? But yeah. Step one, keep your circle small. I keep my circle small. Honestly, on a daily basis, I probably only talk to my managers, Reina, Arlenis, Icy, Lola now, who's a new manager. And it's not even like frequently. Like, we talk when we need to. Reina and my sister Eugen are probably the two I hang out with the most. And then beyond that, I'm just talking in Discord or I'm like arranging meetups with you guys. But like it's very important for me to keep a certain amount of like privacy and alone time. And I think that's what's allowed me to keep my peace with all of it. These jeans are from Ruli as well. They're at level right now. They come in a bunch of different colors. I have them in basic and black. But yeah. I don't know. I think people just need to like lay off people a little bit. And just like communicate. So that's the thing, like if you don't know how someone wants to be treated, I think that's what's tough. But I feel like I'm one of those people who say it very often. Like this is what my bandwidth is. This is what I'm capable of. This is what our friendship's going to look like. I think it's harder when you don't know and you're trying to figure it out, and maybe you might be coming off strong, like you just don't know. So I think on the other end of like the person who may get very overwhelmed by someone who might be like all in your face, I think there's also a responsibility there to communicate like how you are. First of all, they do look good. Let me show you the booty real quick. Go get these. They're at level. I've never heard of the store before. I've never shopped them, but I like the fit. Sorry for the lag. We haven't moved in a minute, but the booty on these is nice. But yeah. And I think even like when reaching out to creators, a lot of them in their profile will say what the best mode of contact is and like what their SLA is. So like how quickly you might hear a response from them. And I think it's up to us to just respect that. So yeah, I would like my thing immediately because I just bought it and it broke, but like you have to kind of respect what they're capable of and what they're offering. You finished your noodles, Tony? You didn't even share. They are bomb good. I love them. Let's put them away so we don't lose them like we're losing everything else because our inventory is now already a mess again. Yeah, a lot of people don't read before they act. But I think all of us just need to be a lot more respectful or just like conscious of the fact that people are not like us. Like, I am not the same as you, and like I don't want the same things as you. And yeah, you can't get triggered and go off. Like, I don't know. They really do. It looks foolish. It looks like an aggressive Karen situation. But we hate Karens in Second Life. I hate Karens because I think they're gonna make they're just making Second Life really uncomfortable for people. So people are naturally wanting to leave, like creators are wanting to leave. I honestly, so at this point, even me with the Vanderbilt, I'm like, okay, do I stand there 24/7 or do I just fucking close it at this point? Because I'm like, I'm not going to be there. That's not what I created this place for. I didn't create this place so I could hold your hand through instructions that are on the wall. Um, Also, there are so many people before you that have figured it out. But it's like, I think that's where we would be going if people keep like being that, I don't know, being that demanding and critical. Because like at the end of the day, I could just choose not to have this place. Like I don't, it's not making me money because everything's free. So what's the issue? I'm literally doing it just because I want a cool place for people to hang out if they want to. And like creators don't have to do this. Like a lot of them don't do it for a like living. I think they're enhancing our Second Life, so I think we should respect them. I also just think creators, if there is any way to avoid you doing your own customer service, I think that is just key. I think it's just so challenging to be the one to create for your brand and also respond to customers, because that's even why I hired certain managers at the club, because I'm like, this is very close to me. I've got my own view of it. I'm not going to see things as like from someone else's point of view. So that's why I have a certain manager in certain places. So I'm not the one that's just like spitting out what I think things should be. Um so yeah, that's what I do. Anything you don't enjoy doing in Second Life, like me, customer service not my thing. I'm not gonna do it. Staff management is not my thing anymore. I did it for 6 years. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not gonna be everyone's best friend. I don't care to be. I don't try to be. I'm not going to make a good friend for you because I'm not going to respond to you half the time. Because half the time, y'all know I'm like driving a car out somewhere by myself, minding my business, not trying to be bothered because I'm just trying to unplug. Let's do mini. Oops, didn't mean to add a note card. But yeah, my thing, keep a small circle. Be conscious of people who display behaviors that you're like kind of questioning, and I think that's natural, right? So I was watching this lecture the other day on what trust is all about, and you know, some people who, when they're building relationships, they focus on another person or a negative thing to try to like connect with that person. So we can both say we hate this person, and that's how they choose to try to connect with you and make a bond. I'm very suspicious of that. I think anyone that needs to like bash something else to try to connect with me, I don't want to be a part of it. But I also can't completely blame them, because I think, you know, it's a social thing. It's like sometimes people are just a little socially awkward, don't know how to connect otherwise. But that's what I'm always on the lookout for. If I feel like someone's that way, I'm naturally going to pull away from them. And I think it's fine to pull away from people. I don't think anyone's required to be anyone's friend. So that's what that is. Oh, I did reach 1K. Thank you. We had our crazy party on Sunday. I've been trying to edit down like a highlight video because I streamed for 7 hours. So that's the other thing about Sunday. I streamed for 7 hours. I had been up since 6 a.m. decorating the pool area because the pool wasn't even built out. Sorry, I'm getting like super congested. Get my life together. Let me take a sip. Alright. I hope y'all don't hear that huge swallow. I'm super congested. I hope it's not like Corona. But that was a long day. And I think for anyone to expect me to be up at 2 a.m. after having been up in Second Life since 6 a.m. setting everything up and helping like coordinate things, and then also streaming for 7 hours to sit and chat with you, I think is just a ridiculous expectation. Swallow. I did swallow, Tony. Don't go there. I bought a thong? What is this? But yeah, I honestly like, and it's a shame because you do want to be social, but I think just take your time with being social. Like, really find your people. I found my people, and that's what I'm happy about. And I found my community in Discord. Oh my gosh, I don't think. Oh my god, I think I might have a little bit of a fever. I'm freaked out. But I haven't been anywhere. Oh yeah, I was out all day yesterday. Yesterday was busy. We better not be sick. I wash my hands a lot. That's all I know. Damn it. Not a new script. I need a new folder. Look how long this is taking. This is why I don't organize inventory, because I'm so slow with it. I don't have what? Oh, I don't have... You don't know, Tony. I also got sick today, like food sick. Like I ate something and it came right back up a few hours later. I'm like, is that a symptom? We don't know. I don't know. I've been watching a whole lot of The Last Man on Earth and they all died from a virus. So, you know. But yeah, that's my little message. Like, just be accepting and like understanding. I think even earlier, what were we talking about where there's also this like certain type of person in SL who's very like focused. I hate using the word clout, but it's literally clout, like in Second Life. And they're very aggressive with it. Or they'll only befriend certain amount of like certain types of people. I don't know. It's weird. But I even in that case, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna like throw shade at them because I don't know what their real life experience is about. Like I feel like if maybe you're not feeling as big or as important in real life, you'll kind of want that experience in Second Life. So I try to empathize. I try to understand. Yeah, clout chasers. Like that's never been my experience in Second Life, even on YouTube. Like I'm not doing this for popularity. I think I genuinely enjoy YouTube, but I mean, there are people that do. They want that and they want that experience in Second Life, and I think that's fine. A lot of times it's for roleplay, but there are like serious people who are serious about it. But I honestly think that might just be into, I don't know, something related to their real life experience is not the same as mine. Hey Panda Mars. What else do we have here? What is this? Pseudo? I don't recall buying this. Let's see what it is. Our boobs are gonna bounce. Get used to it. Oh, I didn't mean to close that window. Organizing a black dragon is very complicated. Next week is my black dragon video, so be on the lookout for that. This Wednesday, we're actually, or tomorrow, we're going to be talking about bakes on mesh. Because I've been avoiding it because I feel like there are a lot of videos on it, but I think a lot of the confusion is coming from people who are new to Second Life who didn't experience life before mesh. So they don't get it. So I want to show like the full process and explain what everything is, explain what layers are, explain what like OG tattoos were. I think it's necessary. So tomorrow that's what we're gonna be talking about. But today I wanted to get on this. Like low-key, it was like partially my story time, partially me venting, but I think it's an important conversation to have because I think people are just so hard and so critical. Like I think we were even talking about earlier a creator that's brand new to meshing, and you know, if something is slightly wrong, people like will screenshot it, post it all over Facebook, trash talk this creator instead of just saying like, hey, I noticed this is wrong on the thing that I bought from you, or like, hey, this demo, it's a bit off, or just like don't buy it because you see it happening in the demo. But like people are learning. No one's like paid to come to Second Life and do this. Like this is not their job. People make it into a job. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Valentina. I'm glad it helps. Like, I'm having a blast. And I'm gonna continue. There's so many more topics I want to cover on Discord. I have a channel where you guys can drop your video ideas, and I'm honestly gonna try to get to as many of those as possible. I usually plan my schedules a couple weeks in advance. So, I mean, we'll get to them. We have all the time in the world. This is a cute top. This is from Pseudo. This was also at Level. Oh my gosh, Didi. I don't even want to talk about that situation. So stuff like that also, like the first time I think I ever experienced someone talking about me there, I was just like a little thrown off. It was a very strange experience for me because I'm so direct. Like if I honestly have a problem with the person, I'm probably just going to tell you. And I'm probably going to like tell you right when it happens. It's interesting that people do that, but like that kind of stuff doesn't, I don't care about that anymore. I honestly don't pay attention to it. You notice, I think in our Discord, someone like brought it up once and put a link, and I deleted the link, and I was like, that's not what we're about to do here. Because I think it's unnecessary. I mean, I get everyone likes like soap opera tea. Like people kind of like the drama. People are entertained by it. I think, you know, it's important not to take it serious. But that's the other thing that makes creators uncomfortable. Like they're like, I can make a mistake like any normal human being and end up somewhere where people are like blasting me for it, and I think that's insane, and I think that's pointless and little. And like you got some time on your hands that could be focused elsewhere. We ain't about that life. Did I get this in 2 colors, or is this the same one? No, that's just one. Yeah, seriously, Shani, it really looks like miserable, bitter people. So like, who cares? Oh, Panamars, mine was a mess. Did you see my video where I deleted it all? And it's a mess again. Tony, don't be afraid of being on there. Like, just think about the people who are posting. Like, I think that's what it took for me to like think about the caliber of human that was posting there. And I'm just like, would I think twice about them in my normal second life, or would they even be on my radar in real life? Like, nah. So their opinions don't matter. Yeah, just like communicate, even if it's like harsh, because like I've had to fight some things out with friends, but I'd rather know what rubbed you the wrong way or what hit you wrong before you like do something out of rage. Because, and that's the thing, like I think people say, oh, this is how I felt, so you need to change your behavior. That's not the case. That's not being an adult in this world. I think if something I do impacts you a certain way, I need to hear you out, and I need to accept responsibility for making you feel however you felt. And, you know, I completely own that. And I say, yes, that's my involvement. Depending on what our relationship is, like if this were my mother, maybe I would change how I communicate with her. If this is someone in Second Life who I'm still not going to give much more time to, I'm not changing it. But I think it's my responsibility now to set the standard, or to let you know what the expectation is, so this doesn't hurt your feelings, or so you can decide if you want to continue to communicate with me. Because I think, you know, we all have to, we own it. Like if someone is a certain way and that's how they are, don't try to change them. Don't like require they change to talk to you. I think you choose if you want that in your life or not, and be comfortable like stepping away from it if not. And I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with like you raging out because you want me to like, you want me to be like you. Like it's fuck it. I often wonder what like people's real lives are like, because I think that's just a natural part of life. Like I'm very curious if these people communicate with other people in life, period. Because there are so many different people from so many different walks of earth that are so diverse, and even just like tradition and ways of speaking and communicating. Like how do they navigate that? If they can't do it in Second Life, like what are you talking about? But I think that's the issue too. I think we also have to realize there are people in Second Life that we would never come into contact with in real life. Like there are people from all different socioeconomic backgrounds, all different education levels, all different type. Like there are people who have never left their hometown. I never met anyone from like Wisconsin until this year. Like I've always lived in big diverse cities, and I have to respect the fact that everyone hasn't had that experience. A lot of people have always lived with people just like them. So I think even when it comes to like how I choose to look, like how my avatar looks, I always have to understand like people may have never seen someone like this in real life. Or I mean, I don't try to look like a real person, to be honest, but I don't know. They haven't had that experience. And like, it's unfortunate for them. I'm glad that I have had these experiences. I'm glad that I have traveled and met people from all over the world, and I'm more prepared to understand different cultural nuances when communicating with people. But I don't think everyone in Second Life does. I don't think they all have that skill set or that ability. So I think that's where we find a lot of the friction. That was a very like PC cover. That was a very PC, politically correct sentence, but y'all know what I'm getting at. Anyway, that's all I have to say on it. I've been ranting on for like an hour. Has it been an hour? It's been a while. I didn't expect to go this long. Yeah, from all over the world. Like right now, that's what I'm trying to like teach our staff at the club. We have so many girls from different cultures where English isn't always their first language, so like things may come off a little more harsh than they think they are, and it's like cause friction. And I'm like, no, no, no. Just because they're not as like warm and friendly and bubbly as you want them to be doesn't mean they don't like you or they're disrespecting you. You said you had a friend for 14 years who stopped being your friend because you were TP'd around someone she didn't like and stayed there. Yeah, people get petty. Yeah, Kayla, it's not that diverse. So I think that's what's great about Second Life, that it's so diverse and you're meeting people from all over the world with different cultural norms than you. And I think we have to respect that, but I think a lot of people... What am I trying to delete? What is this? A lot of people don't. A lot of people are just upset that other people aren't like them. I've even seen people, like, get mad on Facebook because people are speaking a different language. Like, what? Like, people are mad at other people for speaking their first language on their Facebook. I see it all the time. And people are, like, liking and commenting on it. And I'm like, what do you mean you're upset with this person for speaking their language? Like, how about you learn their language instead of telling them not to speak it? Effing bizarre. But I think, you know, people just need to be open to the fact that there's too many, there's like, not too many, there's just a lot of people on the grid from all different walks of life, all different cultures, all different backgrounds. You know what, Panda Bars? I've seen girls who aren't very strong in English. Like, if you're still able to communicate for the most part, because the majority of our clients are English speaking. But sometimes we do hire girls who don't, like, English isn't great because they're able to attract or communicate with people who speak their language. Like, I think it's great having people who speak Spanish and Portuguese on staff because we have clients who have that language, and it's great. I've also seen, like, Arlenis, our hiring manager, I don't think English was her first language, and her English has improved significantly over the years. I think it happens, and I think it's a beautiful thing to witness. So that's not a requirement for us. Like, you gotta be at least, like, able to communicate with us. But there are translator tools. Like, there are ways to work around it. If you have a great personality, we don't care if English isn't your first language. Like, it doesn't have to be, your English doesn't have to be great. Girl, Didi, I feel you. It's US, folks. English is not the only language. I think they forget. Yeah, Google Translate is the thing. Like, if I see someone post something in another language, first of all, you don't even need to Google Translate because Facebook translates for you now. It's wild. It is wild. All I gotta say to all the Karens, yeah, calm down. I got nowhere. I got nowhere on this. Whatever I was just trying to do. What is this? Is this lipstick? We made no dent in our inventory organization. I don't even know where I put my makeup. Yeah, people are like learning English like at the drop of a dime, and I'm like, for people who English is their first language, like, don't tell people not to speak English. How about you just learn another language? Let's just challenge ourselves. But all right, you guys, it is like practically my bedtime. I'm so tired, but it was great chatting with you. I kind of like these like little informal chats. If you like these, let me know. Give a thumbs up on the video. Comment down below if you're into this. Because we could do more of these, just like talking about things in Second Life that are kind of important or close to us, or like that are, I don't know. Because I feel like this is one experience that makes me not love Second Life. Otherwise, there are challenges, but I love Second Life. I think this is just one of those hurdles, but I think it's good to talk about it because I think we can all relate in a sense. Yes, Kayla, go for it. Hey, Lynette. So sorry that you're catching us on the way out. But yeah, again, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you don't, and turn on my little notifications, like the little bell, so you don't miss when I'm going live. If you're not part of Discord fam, join Discord fam. I'm gonna be doing a lot more with Discord and meetups and all that type of thing. And again, if you like this type of video, or if there's any sort of topic that you kind of want to chat about or discuss on something like this that's really informal and easy to do, leave that in the comments below. But I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Remember, I am back tomorrow at 6:30 for Second Life 101. We're doing everything bakes on mesh, so that should be fun. But thanks so much for joining, guys. You enjoy the rest of your night.